think that we are in the part of the timeline where this scripture in the Bible comes into play. And it is when the disciples were asking Yeshua, Christ for the Christians, and they said, when will we know when the end is? He said there'll be wars, rumors of wars, pestilences, all that, right? But he said, let not your heart be troubled. This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. And so I think that scripture is so fitting because you got some people some people are rapture watching. Some people are Exodus watching, right? Some people just watching. They don't know what they're watching for. But this is not, in my opinion, this is not the time to be watching, to be sidetracked. I feel like that scripture is in there for a reason. And I think it's a reminder of, yes, though things may look crazy, they may be getting tense. And then in another version, he ascribes it to a woman in labor. And it's a reminder that all of this is about delivering his children from out of the nations. So the nations where his children are in the womb of those nations, they are now going through the delivery process where he's going to be gathering us out of those nations. But for that to happen, those nations are going to be contracting. And so it's going to get very, very intense, right, for a period. And so I think we're in one of those periods where things are intensifying, like a labor pain, like a contraction, but then it eases off, right? And so you're going to see things heat up and it's going to get intense. But he says, let not your heart be troubled, the end is not yet. And so what I believe, for me personally, the word is to stay focused, to keep working, because the scripture says, I know the plans I have for you. King James says, bring you to an expected end. So remembering that we're made for God. We're made for Yah. He's not made for us. We're made for him. So there's an expectation. There's an expected end for your life, for why you were created. You were created for him. And so there's a work that he's given our hands to do. And so, if his plan is to prosper us in that, well, how do you prosper? Well, the hands of the diligent makes one to prosper, right? Well, how do you be diligent? Well, I think Ecclesiastes 11:11-6 says, sow your seed in the morning and in the evening, do not withhold your hands, for you don't know which will prosper, this or that, or both alike. And I just think it's important to remember that we're here for him. And so there's a work, we're establishing his kingdom on earth. And we are the salt of the earth. We're the light of the earth. Thy will be done, thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. That's our job. That's our mission, in my opinion. And we need to stay focused on what he's given our hands to do. What is our job? What piece of the kingdom are we supposed to be bringing down with our hands and with the time that we have on this earth? And I think we should just remain focused on that. For me personally, the word was to stay diligent and continue being about my Father's business. And whatever that is, that's many things for many different people. But if you know what your lot is and what he's called you to, I believe now is the time to just continue to work and be diligent about your Father's business. That's all, y'all. Love y'all. Peace.